Live from the Windy C Radio studio in the shops at Iverson, this is the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WindyCRadio.com, the Windy C Radio app, Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Windy C Radio pages, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Welcome back to another special edition. I mean, every edition is special when you're rocking with bars. I am your host, as I am every single week, AJ Throwback. Glad to be here with y'all on this beautiful Wednesday morning, right here in the DMV for the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. Guess who got more than 2.5 hours of sleep last night? Yeah, that would be me. So hopefully you can tell the difference in the energy. I feel a lot more energized, a lot more refreshed. I mean, granted, I only had 4 hours of sleep last night, but still, you know, that's better than 2.5. I always think about something my daddy always told me. You know, he was in the military at one point. He'd say, you really only need about 4 hours of sleep for you to really function. So, you know, I guess he's right to that degree. I feel like I still needed a little bit more sleep. You know, I'm one of them type of people that if sleeping was a Olympic sport, I'd be a gold medal every single time. So anyway, got a jam-packed show for y'all today. We have a special interview continuing in our interview series, the second part of our interview series, actually. I interviewed Miss Eris T. Scales of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. chapter. So we'll be talking to her in a little while, about 11:15, around about 11:15. Also, depends on who's coming, but I know for sure we got Young Gifted that's going to be in the building at 12 o'clock for a live interview. We may have some more members of PGMG along with him, but we know for sure Young Gifted to be here. So I'm definitely excited to talk to him about what the gang has got going on and everything, you know, his upcoming projects and everybody else's projects that are out right now. And also, of course, y'all know, it's been a minute. Been a minute since we've had a poll. But we do have a poll that is currently on our Instagram and Twitter pages. You can find the link in the bios. And I've also shared a link on the Bars Facebook page. All of that is at Bars on Air across the board. The poll is, which song, it's a very simple poll, which song is the song for summer 2018? As we bring summer 2018 to a close, this is the last week for it. I believe the first day of fall starts on Friday. So enjoy summer while you can. This is the way we celebrate summer around here on Bars. So the songs that are available to pick on the poll: Cardi B featuring Bad Bunny and J Balvin, I Like It. Drake, In My Feelings. Drake, again, Nice for What. Ella Mai, Booed Up. And Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B, for the pop people out there, Girls Like You. So that poll is open until 12:30. So make sure y'all get on it ASAP. And I will also, if you're watching via Facebook Live, which should be coming up shortly, I'll make sure to share that link in the Facebook Live if you're watching that way. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the music. This is Star featuring Pootie the Biz with Unbreakable. And you're listening to the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
Would break me, take me off my course. Fell, picked it up, realigned with the source. Back on the horse like a diver. I'm a survivor, victor, picture perfect. Work it till it short circuits. Think it, speak it, claim it, secret. Ain't it's ancient cadence, murder, fragrance, ultraviolet, how I speak when I'm silent. Through my aura, borealis aurora, it's in the bloodline. Liquid sunshine, the heart, know it and I'm doing my part. Sometimes it's switch in a blink like a glitch in the link of a chain. Stay off it, before I lose I'm a forfeit. No bowing to the corporate, the devil's in the pulpit. Applaud this, flawless, spit gorgeous. Justice for the lawless, that real rawness. Talk reckless, but softer than a pearl necklace. We out of balance, let's correct it. Stay connected, we resurrect bliss. Then over on the next mission, the womb must be protected and respected. Ashe, no more victim, that's the mission. Deal with truth every day. Gotta make it over, that's the only way. Go against the grain, work through the pain to get joy. Something to hold on, Myrna Lloyd. Survival of the fit, we intent, brethren. 7 steps to heaven, wafers unleavened, communion with the interstellar. Ginger leather, shooting dice with Christ, looking for my Cinderella. Dana Dane flow, plain Jane no, punky rooster with the colorful mainframe glow. Life been bananas, welfare and tannin, regardless. Cry freedom if you really want this. About the timing while you planning and designing. Strong under pressure, morphed into a diamond. Shining brighter than some Twinkies on a hog. Grinding, creeping through and seeping like a fog. Something inside of me, guiding me, keeps reminding me to rewind and see. No following blindly, the worst is behind me. Every cell of my being responding to freedom. That's where it starts first, feeling DNA burst like a climax all through your body. Such a rush type, fast lane in Maseratis. Kept my guard up in case they wanna start stuff. Life it'll call bluffs even if you're all tough. Knock your block off, trying to get your rocks off. Turntables, cause we able to win. Unshakable, we rooted firm, breaking them in. Breaking them in, breaking them in.
That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
You know we had to do a remix, right?
Hey, love.
Hey, Shelly!
Hey, love.
Talk to him, girl, let's go!
First off, I look good when I step in, I get that. Bad girl straight from the hood, I'm on now and I don't care who that. If I'm chasing that bag, I'ma get it. Look, got that little broad in the feelings. Look, I see that little boy trying to hit it. I don't want him, I hope that he get it. I know she bad, look, but we know that I can do better. Look, I can do more than the looks. Look, so tell that girl get it together. Said I know she bad. Look, but we know that I can do better. Look, I can do more than the looks. Look, so tell that girl get it together. You can try to throw me shade, but I still know you want to taste. I need patience, they gon' pay me even though I came in late. What's the chase? What's the stitch? I look better than your chick. Boy, I heard she wanna be me. Tell that girl stay off my pics. Look.
Because I look good, because I look good, because I look good. If they bad, cause I took me out the hood.
We not done yet.
Shanti, you insecure chicks better watch what you say to me. I take your man, then get him robbed, don't play with me. I look like a snap, you look like a mascot. You need a tummy tuck, your lip and some air shots. Shorty hating on me cause said she a 4 and I'm a 10. That though you think mine, you need to go see it. Oh, you far from a bad. Mine, you ain't even average. Oh, you hype, you got a pair of red bottoms, I could tell you never had. You impressed with them lame. Oh, I get it, you a lame chick. We in 2 different lanes, you'll never be a real main chick. You be moving like cat stacks, I'm bossed up like Oprah. Me and my boo be on the grind, I'm like B and he over.
But I better. When I walk in the spot, everybody turn up. Don't even look at her. Oh, she mad. What's the matter? If Jackie ain't this, why the chit chatter? I got lips. sip small ways, more than just a pretty face. Make my own bed, so we gotta make pretty cake. Lips, sip small ways. I know that he wanna chase. I know that she wanna hate. Cause she wanna take my place. We bout the velvet rope, life in the flyway. Bossing up, music up, watch me do it my way. DMV, baby, it's in my DNA. Now that we don't talk no more, he wanna say I'm fake. Because I look good, because I look good, because I look good. It's the vibe of Hollywood. Hustle took me out the hood. Hustle took me out the hood. Hustle took me out the hood. Look at it, misunderstood. Hold up, to get your back up off the wall. You know that I had to show up, that I stutter tall. Dancing on tables, feeling tall. Hear the DJ, this the replay, going on. Runway swag on, they can't believe the clothes. Look like a squad of models, camera flashes, make us grow. Talking reckless about me and my cookies, get it all. But every time you say my name, it's free promo. We bout the velvet rope, life in the flyway. Bossing up, music up, watch me do it my way. DMV, baby, it's in my DNA. Now that we don't talk no more, he wanna say I'm fake.
Want to get down with the Bars Revolution? We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bars on Air.
Sunrise, I'm too live, I'm too fly, I'm too God, I'm too divine and true to mine. Too refined, we through the lines, what you define. When I shine, you shine, we shine. I'm hot stepping, scream hotep, and I boast blessings. It's all love, I'm king to thugs, God will judge. I'm a model of an anomaly, unbottled in full throttle, pedal to the metal till I'm boiling hot as a kettle. Made a solemn promise in my spirit, I never settle. Sing a song for the good times like Aaron Neville. They been longing for them good rhymes, I'm on the level. I've been on it till the morning, break of dawn, and I've been answering my calling, going all in for it all, and I will never stop. Give me my props, spiritually I'm ballin', and lyrically I'm Jordan with a dose of heavy, hot as a Serengeti. They ain't ready, it's getting kinda heavy. I'm feeling so amazing. Woke up, I'm so amazing. Stepped out, I'm so amazing. Too fresh, I'm so amazing. I'm feeling so amazing. Woke up, I'm so amazing. Stepped out, I'm so amazing. Too fresh, I'm so amazing. I'm so amazing. Too calculated for any equation. Too acclimated to any occasion. Too immune to all the term persuasions. Yeah, always I'm rocking out at my best. I guess I must confess, you too just to the contest. I've had pain way too long on my chest to ever think that I'm less than the cut above all the rest. Royalty in my blood, regality in my veins. Mad love in my heart and the joy that can be contained. Cause I'm always reminded, for what my eyes can't see, my third eye can never be blinded. When the devil's on the grind, sending swine to sideline and undermine a God mind, I sit his ass out on the sidelines. Cause I ain't got time, I'm Autobots prime, perceptive for Decepticons from upper echelon. I'm feeling so amazing. Woke up, I'm so amazing. Stepped out, I'm so amazing. Too fresh, I'm so amazing. I'm feeling so amazing. Woke up, I'm so amazing. Stepped out, I'm so amazing. Too fresh, I'm so amazing.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
That was the homie Pav P with Amazing. Before that, we had Jackie featuring Shelly the MC and Shanti McCoy with the Look Good remix. Shout out to Total Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking for a minute, and you know what I'm saying? They really got something with Jackie there. And starting off at the top of the set, we had Star featuring Pootie the Biz with Unbreakable. As you all know, I am in partnership with DC Startup Week. I say Bars is in partnership with DC Startup Week. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and roll right into this.
Whether they're artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, politicians, activists, or simply folks you need to know, we've got the line to the movers and shakers of DC, Maryland, Virginia, and beyond.
As part of the Balancing Act Radio Show's interview series in preparation and partnership with DC Startup Week, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Ms. Eris T. Scales, president of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women's Metropolitan Washington, D.C. chapter, to discuss her background, the mission of NCBWDC, and the importance of representing and supporting African American women founders at DC Startup Week. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for agreeing to this interview.
Hey, I'm honored.
All right. So let's get right to it.
Okay.
All right. As someone who's been in the public, private, and nonprofit sectors throughout the course of your career, you've approached economic growth from the perspective of improving the opportunities for members of our society who are frequently underserved and underrepresented, especially Black people.
Yes.
Speak about your life experience and how it's fueled your passion and shaped your focus when it comes to the areas of education, economic development, women's rights, the arts, and so on and so forth.
So I could be speaking for a long time
You
because
could
a
be.
lot of life experiences. But I often tell people when they ask, pretty much how do I end up at this intersection, I think it just starts with my father, and it starts with my mother. My dad was a community activist, Black Panther, Nation, very, very pro-Black in my household. My mother was a civil servant. She worked with elected officials. So it's kind of like, really, Eris, this is where you ended up. It's kind of cliche. But I would have these conversations, sitting at my father's feet around the importance of, reaching back, reaching up, reaching out, creating pathways for success, being involved in policy and not just in programming and not just being focused on having like the job and the title, but what are you going to actually do with what you have, and more importantly, how are you going to get what you need? And so seeing my mother navigate, federal government, local government, I think it kind of gave me an insight to be able to kind of connect I would say the tactical and the strategic pieces of policy and government, along with that grassroots desire for just making sure that people who are underrepresented and underserved have a voice. And I initially wanted to be a journalist, and I was thinking that if I went and I was a journalist, I'd have this voice and this platform, and I could raise visibility around these issues. And then you realize, that is many years ago. Right now, you can create your own outlets. There's a lot more, so you can use that platform, right? But back then, you better be ready to talk about what they want to talk about, okay? And so I figured out how I could kind of use that degree in communications and that experience being, like an entry-level journalist. I won't go into all of that, but to come into the political side and really study government, learn policy, and figure out how I could design things and influence it that way. So.
Let's talk about your position with the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. You are the president of the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. chapter, which is fairly new.
It is. We just celebrated our 3rd year anniversary on August 29th. 3 years. Yeah. Yes. We've done a lot.
So are you all the newer chapter within the organization?
We are one of the newer chapters within the organization nationally, which has over 50, maybe close to 55 chapters now across the country. We're not the newest. We've had some chartering since then in Charlottesville, Richmond, Virginia, most recently Dallas, Texas. So we're moving. Yes. All right. But yeah, I am the chartering president. I'm on my 2nd term. I love it.
I was going to ask you, how's the experience been for you so far?
The experience has been, I would say, one of the most humbling experiences. It's been one of the most liberating experiences. I've learned probably more in this role than I have in just about any other role that I've served. And it's hard, but it feels good when you see things that you're passionate about and that you have women who stand with you who are also passionate about getting it done. But if it was easy, right? Everybody would do it.
Exactly.
And when you're trying to address issues like we are, it's never going to be easy. There's never enough resources, right? There's a lot of organizations trying to do the work. How do we start to come to the table in a more collaborative way? And I like thinking about that and putting those kind of pieces in place.
Yeah.
Which is how we ended up with DC Startup Week.
Awesome. Before we get there, let me ask you, in terms of the issues that you've seen, a lot of them dealing with health, education, economic empowerment. What are some of the biggest or the greatest challenges you've seen facing Black women and girls, particularly in this area, as compared to some other areas that you've been? And then how do the coalition signature programs assist in overcoming those obstacles?
That's tough, but I'm gonna peel it back in a couple different ways. First and foremost, I want to make sure everybody understands who the coalition is and what we do. So we advocate on behalf of Black women and girls, specifically in the areas of education, health, and economic empowerment. When I became president of the DC chapter, while all three of those pillars are, I would say, equally important, the one that I rallied our members around amplifying was economic empowerment. And maybe it has a lot to do with my background in community development, right? But at the end of the day, when you think about what economic empowerment means, I mean, health and education without economic empowerment and liberation, right, is kind of a non-starter.
That's true.
And when you think about the conditions of African American women, as well as the opportunities, though, for African American women, I couldn't think of a stronger platform to lead from than economic empowerment. And so I think what I see most prevalent here in the district is actually similar to other urban markets where you have a concentration of Black women, right? We have predominantly single women-headed households. We have a lot of Black women who are highly educated, who are also leaning in to be entrepreneurs, but we're not gaining the ground that we need to be, I would say, sustainable, right, in those positions, or to grow our companies to the scale that we need, or that we have the same networks and the resources and the understanding of how to finesse and move through those lanes with accessing capital and expanding our network. So we have been focusing for the last 3 years around really growing, sustaining, and retaining Black women businesses here in the district. And I think it's really important that we have capital, but capital across multiple platforms, where you have your social capital, right? You have your political capital, and then you have your financial capital. Because when we find that you have one without the other, or two without the third, it really just doesn't work. And so the first thing that we wanted to do was raise money through our networks and get our supporters excited about that mission of really growing Black women business here in the district. We've been successful. We just completed our second round of funding to 2 women business owners here. We're going to be making those awards during DC Startup Week. And, you know, it's just really, how do we make sure that we have more women who are in business, but not just in business, staying in business, growing in business, creating jobs for other Black people to be at the table.
Right. And that is a perfect segue into talking about DC Startup Week. So first and foremost, how did you all get involved with DC Startup Week?
Yeah. Again, I'm constantly trying to figure out ways to expand our platform.
Okay.
Nothing that we can do works without strategic partners, right? And DC Startup Week came on my radar maybe a couple months back, and I thought, wow, this is really aligned with what we're doing.
Right.
But when I looked at DC Startup Week's prior schedule, and this is by no means any form of disrespect or shade, but I realized that there wasn't, they've been increasing their engagement with minority community partners, right? Speakers who can engage more with minority and women. And so I said, why not have the National Coalition be one of those partners to kind of help them with that expansion? And, you know, reached out and connected with Rachel, and she loved it, and we kind of brainstormed some things, and then I brought it back to our board and said, hey, why would we not be a part of this? And then the Anacostia Arts Center was gracious enough to say, you know what, we want to work with you as well. let's host it here. So it's just I think a trifecta that's coming together from all these different levels.
Yeah, I think that's amazing in and of itself. When I saw the schedule and saw where it was at.
Yes,
like,
that was intentional.
Yes.
Right, and a lot of
really
this
good.
work, when you're trying to bridge these gaps and close these disparities, the first thing it requires is intentionality.
Yes.
And when I spoke with the team at DC Startup Week, they had done a lot, I would say like here in the kind of core DC Central, but had not necessarily gotten east of the river into some of the neighborhood pockets. And I said, I'm going to need you guys to support that effort too, right? And they said, we think it's great. So,
yeah. 'Cause if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember reading in your resume how you had done work east of the river.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
I had a lot of work
Yeah.
east of the river. I live east of the river, so I'm always
That's right.
advocating for
You
east
live
of
in
the
Ward
river.
7,
I do
correct?
live
Right.
in Ward 7.
Okay. All right.
And I'm always telling people, listen, it's DC too.
That's
it's
right.
nothing different. Like, we go to work every day. We got beautiful homes.
Right.
We got issues, but we also have a lot of opportunity and a lot of stuff that's working well.
That's
So
right.
I love it.
A lot of people who are looking to get into having inroads to a lot of the access to the very things that you're talking about.
I tell them,
Yeah.
they better consider Ward 7.
That's
they better
right.
consider Ward 8.
That's right.
Before they can't.
That's what's talking about right there.
Before they can't. Okay. Yep.
Yes.
All right, so that is part one of the interview. It actually was a longer interview than I had anticipated, so definitely we wanted to break it up so that, it wasn't like a lengthy interview. But that, as you can hear, that's the first part of it. We'll pick up with the second part of the interview on the other side of the break. We're going to get back into some music. This is the homie D Bell featuring Mo Thorough with Taraji, Champagne Dreams. And you are listening to the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
It's not much more I can say. Lady, it's those things that won't keep me away. These feelings just won't subside. Keep you right by my side. Let me know if you're down for me. I wanna talk about me and you. How do you feel about me and you already know. You know what it is. Can we talk about me and you? I wanna talk about me and you. I wanna talk about me and you. I can see it in your eyes, wondering if you gon' find me and you all up on your mind. But what I'm trying to figure out, what this love is all about. And I think that you're the one for me, for me. I wanna talk about me and you. How do you feel about you and you? Yeah. You already know. Can we talk about me and you? I wanna talk about me and you.
Yeah, release that stress when you exhale. I know you probably wondering what's coming next. Well, oh yeah, I'm sure you can guess. Just continue to get undressed. She put value in self-respect versus shoddy. I am impressed. Oh yeah, to be honest, I don't get too much involved if it ain't a check. But you obviously got something about you that's more than sex. I guess we connect. I'm the plug and you the outlet. Got that sparkle, we together. It's special when I get you wet. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Champagne dreams are not what they seem. Champagne dreams are not what they seem. Money, jewelry, finer things. I still choose you. Champagne dreams are not what they seem. 'Cause me and you. Money, jewelry, finer things. I still choose you. You choose you. Some say honesty is the best policy. But shit, then I wasn't focused on anyone but myself. Didn't matter. Family, friends, girlfriends. If I didn't benefit from it, then it did me no good. Indeed, champagne dreams aren't what they seem. Chose to impress the ones that never really mattered. Neglected your feelings and dared you to leave. You stayed, your love unconditional, despite the verbal abuse. You knew I'd never raise a hand to you. Huh. Mama ain't raised no fool, or at least I thought. I foolishly let myself and you go, all in one breath. Everything after that has been a blur.
Bars on Windy City Radio.
I actually like that tape.
You ain't got no style anyway. You ain't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. You ain't got no style anyway. You don't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. Ain't no time for that fake shit. This year we gon' really go ape shit. Ain't nobody in the city gonna hold us while we out here recording 5 stars in the basement. By law, I'm a god, no debate. And really, I'm appalled by the gall of your statements. Get involved or be gone, no complacence. What you thought? This is all entertainment, Spielberg adjacent. My style so irrational, not a hand-me-down, and it can't be found. I heard your song getting passed around in the trash kapow, and I cracked a smile. Knew all along you won't last a while, but you still with the slick dish, talking like big dish. This you're down insane and lame, and they wonder why I act so different. This type of shit you wish you make. Lay your ass down for the wayside. Push nigga on standby. I be on hang time. Anybody co-sign you was a damn lie. Words I'm living. They mention your shit like word, I hit it. Second guess me, I'ma let the rest see how you turn up. Rappers gon' turn up missing. You ain't got no style anyway. You ain't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. You ain't got no style anyway. You don't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. What it be, what it do, bro? Really though, low key, I'm the new hope. Cut and dry, proceed, I'm the new dope. Some say I'm OD, but these fools know. Folks talking on me, I'm like, who know? They ain't know I don't speak, so they threw stones. If I use both feet on the next will breathe, nothing left, I can turn a new leaf, but screw, bro. Guess this how the facts go, and trying to give no dabs, bro. You take mine and don't pay for smoke that. I want half, or most of y'all look like dinner to me. Parmesan and fish with some lemon to me. I know you sound scoring when I toot my own horn. That's what happens when you play second fiddle to me. You niggas get a job or something. Run a kiosks, get the mall or something. Sell love spell with some French nails, 20 half off or something. You ain't hustle fit. Oh, long as I'm alive, it was all for nothing. Wasting your life with the weakest shit. It was still but the rounds in the beats you pick. The real is back. Happy Easter, bitch. You ain't got no style anyway. You ain't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. You ain't got no style anyway. You don't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. You ain't got no style anyway. You ain't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway. You ain't got no style anyway. You don't got no clout anyway. They don't hold you down anyway. You just run your mouth anyway. I run you by miles anyway. I'ma run this town anyway.
Giving you the full spectrum with our topics, segments, guests, and of course, the best indie music in the DMV and beyond. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Tell me, can we find the time to get what we deserve? I know that we like to flirt, but I don't wanna get our feelings hurt. I know you and I can be friends if we try. Weekends passing just got to take time. I know you and I can be friends if we try. Weekends passing just got to take time. Hope your soul ain't feeling down, floating on a nimbus cloud, trying to make our parents so very proud. Baby, can I look into your eyes and find a new horizon, making checks like Verizon? Tell me if I'm pressing too hard now. Tension get me by now. I got it. Your ex left you scarred down. Tell me what you want from me. I know you just want custody. It's clear you're not in love with me, but damn, should I let the song breathe? Tell me, should I just leave? I know I must duck, bob and weave. Hope I'm not taking on your steeds, but tell me, baby, just tell me, baby. Tell me, can we find the time to get what we deserve? I know that we like to flirt, but I don't wanna get our feelings hurt. I know you and I can be friends if we try. Weekends passing just got to take time. I know you and I can be friends if we try. Weekends passing just got to take time. I'ma shoot my shot overly that I score. Girl, I know you want me, but I just want you more. Let's grind like we broke, and let's grind like we poor. And I wanna know, baby, how far can we soar? I'ma shoot my shot, hopefully that I score. Girl, I know you want me, but I must want you more. Let's grind like we broke, let's grind like we poor. I wanna know, baby, how far can we soar? I know you and I could be friends if we try. Weekends passing, all we gotta do is take time. I know you and I could be friends.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
That was Elijah Devine with Zone for Friends. And I got to shout out the homie Jay Heat. Met that brother at his community cookout last month. And yeah, he put on a solid performance. So definitely wanted to show that brother some love. Before that, we had Stephen Redhead with Anyway. And starting off the set, we had D Bell featuring Mo Thorough, Taraji Champagne Dreams, off of that A Mind of My Own album. If you haven't heard that album, please, please, please go get that album. Also, the song that I mentioned before that, Anyway, by Stephen Redhead, make sure you check out Exactly. That's with 3 X's in the name. Exactly. Dope album. All 3 of these artists born and bred right here in the DMV. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get back into part 2 of our interview, our special interview with Miss Eris T. Scales of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Metropolitan Washington, D.C. chapter, in preparation and in partnership with DC Startup Week.
NCB, yeah.
It's a tongue. I know. NCBW.
Yes, NCBW. So you all are a part of the session that's taking place. I think it's on the 27th.
It will be on the 25th.
25th, I'm sorry.
It's on the 25th
So
at
it's
the
that
Anacostia
Tuesday.
Art Center,
That's
starting
right.
at, the doors open at 9 a.m.
Okay. And the name of the session is Grow, Build, Sustain, a
Yes.
peer and resource exchange for African American women founders.
Yes.
Yes. So,
we don't want anyone to be confused what the conversation is about.
Let's be clear.
I know. It's long, but we're clear.
Right. So, talk about how the session not only ties into your personal mission, but also advances the overall mission of NCBW while embodying the spirit of DC Startup Week.
So I think, for all the reasons that we've talked about, the last few minutes, this is really, again, I would say the foundation of what our chapter galvanizes around, which is really advancing economic empowerment and entrepreneurship here in the district. And so as we continue to evolve, because we're, again, only 3 years old, being able to create more exchanges and dialogues and convenings around this issue, as well as these opportunities, is really important to us, because again, we've been raising money, we've been awarding money, and we do actually do a lot of advocacy work. We're beginning to become more intentional around the advocacy work and the public policy agenda that we want to push with regards to economic empowerment. And so this is a great jumping off point to kind of bring all of that together, where we have providers, we have, donors and funders. We have funders, we have business, capacity building and technical assistance partners who will be at the table. We have members who are kind of doing a thing, who will be there to talk about how they navigate through entrepreneurship and just really creating an exchange. And one of the things that came out through a report that a group here called Beacon put out, when they kind of looked at the ecosystem of entrepreneurs here in the district, particularly as related to women and women of color, was that there's not enough opportunity for there to be this kind of peer exchange and dialogue. And that's important, because again, we always talk about when we're growing up how at our kitchen tables we're not having XYZ kind of conversations. No one was talking about business or finances, and so we're constantly kind of learning things as we go. Or sometimes we feel like we're in this silo and we got to figure it out on our own, or we don't have that sisterhood or that connection where we just want to let down and let loose and go, you know what, I don't know how to complete some of these loan documents, or I find it intimidating, or my credit score might be 600 and I really need to get to 650 so I can close. What did you do? So how do we start to create these exchanges? And so we're excited, because that morning is going to be about exchanges and resources and celebrating all the great things that African American women founders are doing here in the district, and then celebrating and highlighting the ladies that we've selected, District Dance and Plum Good, who are our grantees for 2018-2019.
Awesome. So, knowing that DC is one of the fastest growing jurisdictions for women-owned business, but to something that you said earlier regarding how African American women founders, how they go through different discrepancies when it comes to businesses, despite being the ones who started the fastest race. What are some of the takeaways that you would want a prospective attendee to take away from the session?
So one, I would want them to take away what's good and what's working, right? Again, we talk about how we may be starting businesses at a faster rate, but not sustaining or retaining our businesses as equally long as our counterparts. But there are many women who are actually out there and they're being successful and they're growing. But instead of sometimes jumping, I think it's really important. I've had to learn this even as the president of the 100, and even through the way that we go about our work. We can't always jump, right? Sometimes we just got to sit back. We got to observe. We got to plan. We have to strategize. We have to know what we're trying to do before we go forward. So I want women to not feel discouraged at all, but to, take away some just like concrete things from the women who are going to be up there, who are their peers, who are saying, well, here's how I approached it. And yeah, I had these same kind of hurdles, but here are some things that I did. It didn't discourage me. I kept going. So I really want them to feel empowered about what is working and not focusing on what isn't working. The other thing is, I really want for that message to clearly resonate around the different types of capital that I think, and research shows, is extremely important. Because why are we not being sustainable? Well, we're probably lacking one of those three kind of capitals: the social capital, political capital, or financial capital, right? So through the social, it's having those networks that can bring in additional customers, and through the political, it's having those advocates who can be there to make sure that your rent isn't being increased by 30%, or et cetera. Or through the financial, it's having lenders who say, I mean, maybe adjust some of the criteria, or a different way that you go about pursuing, revenue that you bring into your organization or your business. And so really wanting them to make the connection to those and then kind of go back and say, if I look at my social capital, if I look at my political capital, and if I look at my financial capital, how am I performing? Like, how can I increase my relevancy and increase my capacity along those lines to be a more efficient and effective business owner? So those would be some concrete things. And then knowing that they have a resource and a source called the National Coalition of 100 Black Women that wants to support them and propel them.
Yeah, and that's so important, because I think in a lot of instances people don't know that they have these resources at their fingertips.
Yep.
And you hear a lot of times, especially in DC, how a lot of times people don't often work together. And I think it's exceptionally important, especially among African American women, that you have this pool of people who support one another, who can sharpen one another and help them build and grow even more with information that they may not know. So I think that this is an amazing thing.
Thank you.
That NCBW is doing.
Thank you. And I'm going to piggyback on that, because one of the things that I tell people, or we promote at NCBW, our members belong to a lot of different organizations. We have everybody. We got Continentals, Links, Deltas, AKAs, but when we come together, we're the 100. And many of those organizations, they're advanced at different levels, and particularly when it comes to like policy or programs or fundraising. So what we try to do is really pull from the expertise that these women are bringing to the table who are members of these other organizations. So how do we start to build something here that is complementary and that takes, I would say almost advantage of what you guys are already doing. It's like, we don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? So how can we leverage that? So it's a good thing.
Ms. Scales also spoke briefly about her position as Executive Director of the Office of Partnerships and Grant Services and how her work with OPGS connects with her previous and current work.
My background and the passion for really wanting to work with underserved and underrepresented populations ties in very neatly with the role that I have under Mayor Bowser, who's also extremely committed to advancing shared prosperity across the district. Before I came into the Bowser administration, I actually had the opportunity to work in Chicago on economic development and really focusing kind of like at neighborhood and community levels. But prior to that, I was here in DC, where I launched a Promise Neighborhood Initiative and secured $28 million to focus on Kenilworth Parkside, and was essentially one of the first project managers and coordinators for a lot of the investment that was happening east of the river under Mayor Adrian Fenty. So to me, it all comes together with me having this, I would say, strong desire and understanding that we can't advance programs and initiatives without having strong public policy and that connection. And Mayor Bowser is extremely focused on addressing the affordable housing crisis here in the district, making sure that immigrants who are here in the district have their rights represented from both a legal perspective, but also feel comfortable and confident in pursuing citizenship. So again, you start thinking about populations who are continuously underserved or disenfranchised. I think I'm blessed to have a job in which I can go to every day and talk with foundations and corporations around how they can align with the great work that we're doing in the district.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like for our listeners to know that's important for not only supporting NCBW, but anything regarding the session itself?
Space is limited. I think the room at capacity holds close to maybe 75. I think the last check we were at close to 60. So, I just highly encourage people to go to DC Startup Week, that site, and find our schedule, which is on the 25th of September.
Right.
Grow, Build, Sustain, a resource and peer exchange for African American founders. You can't miss it. Register today. Yes. And then follow us on social media. We're on, just stay up to date to the stuff that we're doing as an organization.
And where are you all on social media, NCBW?
So we're on Facebook at NCBW DC. We're on Instagram as NCBW DC, National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Metropolitan Washington DC chapter.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ms. Scales. And appreciate you talking to our listeners, and hopefully everybody will get on it.
Yes.
And register for this amazing session on the 25th of September.
And if you missed that one, don't worry, there will be much more.
All right. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, so I hope everybody got all the information they needed to from that interview. Shout out once again to Miss Eris Scales and Miss Nakia Hurd, who was instrumental in making sure everything with that interview. And once again, another shout out to Miss Rachel Koretsky from DC Startup Week, who really made that interview happen, linking me up with Miss Eris Scales. And make sure y'all follow them on social media across the board at NCBWDC. We have our special guest in the building, Mr. Young Gifted.
What up?
You know what I'm saying? And the whole OTG crew in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We got Juice Almighty.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing out there? Juice Almighty representing OTG, loud noise all day.
Rude Boy.
What's up, Rude Boy? Dressing, setting, entertainment, OTG all day.
And Beezy in the cut. So we'll be talking to the fellas shortly. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and get into our fish grease pick of the week, and we'll be back on the other side of the break to talk to Young Gifted, OTG, see what's going on with these fellas. So yeah, enjoy the music for the meantime.
If somebody tell you he hot, man, you know everybody hot. Now, Slim, he fish grease.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the Fish Grease Pick of the Week, only on Bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. Man, as we bring another one to a close, live, two, I want to take y'all to a place, a positive place, man, a place of positivity. Yeah, some place where we gonna all rise. We gonna rise, do it together, you know what I mean? Together. Time for people to start sticking together, man. Put the differences to the side, foolishness aside. Yeah. I just want to see the family win, you know what I mean? I want to see the family win. Check it.
I just wanna see everyone getting paper, taking care of your neighbors, doing each other favors, eh? I just wanna see everyone in the Benz, riding on chrome rims, no one beef when the family wins. Hey, 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 hey. I say no one beef when the family wins. Hey, 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 hey. I swear the world could be a better place if we just sit back and we help each other elevate. I got a lot of love in my time that I know is fake, but on the real I wish my progress just could motivate. Lord knows I want it all, but I don't want it by myself. Want everybody around me stacking wealth, drink good, blowing gas, and still in good health. We can get there, baby. Ain't a reason for you be acting shady. Less hate, more love. Why fight? More hugs, prejudice at the door. My God, he the judge. I'm a victim of it too. Situations critical. If you see me in the streets, just speak what it do. If I could bring Chris back just for a day, he would look me in my eyes. I know just what he say. He would tell me he was proud, little brother made a way. Hey, keep on doing what you do, keep stunting, getting paid. So if you hear this, I love you all. Yeah, that's it, folks. Live part 2, the interview. You know what I mean? I wanted to end it on a positive note. Straight up. If you listening right now, man, I'll tell you like this, man. It's time for us to start helping each other. What one man can do multiplies with the help of others. When we stick together, there's no telling what we can do, man. We gotta stop competing with each other. We gotta start helping each other, giving each other that push so we can make it to a better place. Cause when I get there, cause I know I'm going, I don't wanna be there alone, man. I wanna see everybody there. I want you all to ride with me. Yeah, that's what I want. That's truly what I believe. That's truly how I feel. So get with me, man. Positivity over negativity. June, 1203 MG. Let's ride. I just wanna see everyone getting paper, taking care of your neighbors, doing each other favors, eh? I just wanna see everyone in the Benz, riding on chrome rims, no one beef when the family wins.
I say no one beef when the family wins. More topics, more segments, more music means more bars after this.
When DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store, on your iPhone or your Android, any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad Mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
The Shops at Iverson is now undergoing a transformation, creating a mixed-use center where the community can come together to eat, shop, relax, and feel connected. The Shops at Iverson is a 600 KSF mixed-use property consisting of retail and office space now available. Located inside the Beltway on Branch Avenue, Maryland, just minutes from downtown D.C. It's an exciting time at the Shops at Iverson. Several beautiful renovation projects are ongoing, transforming the Shops at Iverson into the new safe community hub. DMV, get ready to enjoy the new food court. Opening late spring, early summer, featuring new restaurants like Chipotle, Quickway Hibachi, Tropical Smoothie, Wingstop, and free Wi-Fi. The Shops at Iverson, the original home of the world-famous Snickerdoodle cookies, is completing several cosmetic improvements to the mall interior, facade, and parking garage. The Shops at Iverson is the new home of Go Win Media, comprised of the DMV's premier internet radio stations, Go Radio Live and Win DC Radio. For updates and more details, check out shopiverson.com. That's shopiverson.com.
What's good, everybody? This your boy AJ Throwback, and when I'm plugging away at work and need a shot of energy, I'm tuned into the hot topics, dope music, and wild styles of my brothers and the Kings of Monday Night, Coach Taylor and Ransom Relic. His Breakout Kings Radio Mondays from 8 to 10 p.m. only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app. Powered by GoWin.media.
Foreplay the Orgasm Show. I am your host, Hot Toddy, along with the Turn Up team, Miss Lolly and Showtime. Foreplay the Orgasm Show is each and every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, bringing you the sexy slow jams with very adult interactive conversation, only on Win DC Radio.
Man, look, y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Gerard Street Garvey, and my DJ, Kid Cannon. And when we together, you know what it is. Grind Season Radio, each and every Wednesday from 8 to 10 on Win DC Radio. Don't forget it. Yeah.
Looking for a new look? Check out Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, Hillcrest Heights, Maryland. You'll get quality services done by developing stylists and barbers. Senior discounts offered weekly and free barbershop services available when you present a flyer. Chemical treatments are also available. Call 301-899-9100 for hours of operation. Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, 3705 Branch Avenue, Suite 1010, lower level, Hillcrest Heights. A new look is waiting for you at Hair Academy 2.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act radio show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yes, back for another hour of the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars. I'm your man AJ Throwback in the building. Before we move on with our interview, got to shout out June the Kid. He was our Fish Grease Pick of the Week with Family Wins.
That drum was dope.
See, we play good music here. The people agree. So, yeah, we here with Young Gifted here in the building.
What's up?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good, chilling.
That's good. You know what I'm saying? PGMG done had a busy year, man.
Man, we be trying to work. You know what I'm saying? Since we done branched over to the OTG and PGMG, it's been a lot of shows, a lot of stuff happening, a lot of music coming out, videos coming out. So yeah, we working.
Yeah, I see. Now I gotta ask you this, cause when we did our interview back on Breakout Kings, I didn't get a chance to ask you this. Tell me the story behind Pigeon Gang.
Oh man, nah, that really It's really not too much of a story behind the name of it. It came about as we just been from the city and you know what I'm saying, pigeon. You see pigeons. When you see birds and you see pigeons, the first thing you think is a city bird, of course.
Yeah.
Downtown pigeons don't go for nothing. They don't move. You walk. You know what I'm saying? You never see one by itself. So it's like a family. It's always a flock. So I started. You know what I'm saying, I was like, when I make a team, it's gonna be just more than rap. It's a family. So I just came up with Pigeon Gang.
I like that. And the logo is dope for
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Who actually came up with that?
I mean, I came up with the logo.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. So, what was the first question? I'm blanking right now. So, tell me, if you had to describe everybody that's in Pigeon Gang and even OTG, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like personalities, and everybody who's actually here from OTG can speak on it themselves, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let them tell you that. I ain't gonna put them out.
Yeah. So, why don't y'all tell me, you know, like how y'all fit into the equation? Juice, I'll start with you.
Yes, sir. I go by the name of Juice Almighty. I represent OTG, Loud Noise Media and Entertainment, as well as my clothing line Juice Creative brand. Pretty much on my end of the spectrum, we just bring some turn up. We got Stoner T-Roy representing Loud Noise, OTG, and Stoner Life V420. We got Boss B. We got Mallory Knox, one of the dopest female MCs that you'll ever hear, ever. Vito the Don. You know, we trying to be as eclectic as we can, cover all ends of the spectrum musically. I feel like from this area, it's been a lot of one-dimensional art being made, and I feel like it's about time that we show the overall nation that the DMV is more than just one type of rapping or one type of music. You know, we can do everything.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes,
I like
indeed.
that. Definitely got to show the different faces and the different types of sounds and styles.
Sir.
You know, so I definitely appreciate that. Rude Boy, what about you? What you bring to the table, man?
I bring to the table is not just me. You know,
Okay.
like my whole family. I do
I like
music
that.
with my cousins.
Okay.
Like Scene Set and Entertainment, we family.
Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah.
The whole team. You know, even though we got like my god brothers down with us, we got several members of Scene Set and Entertainment. Scene Set and Beezy, the CEO. You know what I do? I like to write. I come up with hooks. You know what I'm saying? I'm very idealistic. Then we got our cousin Suevo. He's like the very talented one out of the whole group because
Yeah.
he make beats.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He also write, engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like right now he's shooting movies, like actually a web series on his phone and everything.
Oh, wow,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? It's on YouTube. You can find that joint at Sway Sounds. It's called Unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
dope. It's very dope.
Very dope.
Yeah, yeah, and you know it's crazy that you said that. Like, I notice a lot of people are starting to make like web series and videos and like all types of stuff just with their phone. I mean, that's the beauty of like living in this era right now. That like your technology. Back in the day, you know, like when when I was coming up or whatever, it's like you didn't have all that at your disposal. But now it's like you can do anything you want at any given moment, and boom, it's right there.
Right.
Exactly.
You just gotta do it. That's the key.
Right.
There's
Right.
no
Like
try.
Nike.
You just gotta do it, and that's what I tell everybody. Don't try to just do it. You can literally do it. People ask me like, "I see you doing this." See, yeah, because you just gotta do it.
Right.
Just do it.
Right. The commitment. That's
Like
all
Nike,
it is.
man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beezy, what about you?
Go ahead, man. Same seven busy. I bring it to it's unity. That's all I know is unity, unity, unity. That's all I talk. We come together, take over the world. It's unity. DC nothing but crabs in a barrel. So we put everything together. It's like 3 different labels on the OTG.
Yeah.
4 different labels. So if we could do that, everybody could do that.
Yeah.
So that's how we saying. We could mob together every show, every event, venue, we together.
Yeah.
We started from just us. We did shows all around the world, just us. You know what I'm saying? Just us, separate groups. But now, everywhere we go, one person go, we all go.
I like that.
And that's unity. That's what DC needs. That's what DC, the DMV. If the whole DMV could come together, there's no stopping us. Atlanta, South Carolina, Texas, everybody, they come together.
Exactly.
If we could do the same thing, it's no stopping us. It's no crabs in the barrel. How about we pull each other up instead of pull each other down? So
Right.
That's how I look at it. Unity, unity, unity. That's all I scream.
Real talk.
I've been saying that for years. Like, I mean, like you mentioned it, like Atlanta, Houston, like so many different places, especially down south.
You know, like they always come together.
And see,
it's,
people don't know the history. You know, what really sparked that off was when Outkast had won that award. I believe it was at the Source Awards, and they got booed.
Right.
And they really like, well, since y'all ain't rocking with us, we just letting y'all know the South is here and we got something to say. And from that point, the division off who was from this part of Georgia and that part. That's why everybody who reps Atlanta isn't actually from Atlanta.
Right.
You know, they realize there's power in numbers. If they just see it's 600 people with cranking music coming from Atlanta instead of 20 from Atlanta and 20 from Southwest Atlanta and 20 from this part, the power in numbers, man. Like I said, unity, man.
Exactly. That's the key right there. That's absolutely key. Gifted. What about you?
Me, I bring great. I just try to do everything, man. I just it's like Juice, man. I'm with the clothing line. Like I told you before, I do the clothing line.
Yeah.
My music ain't all trap. I'm like mostly now I'm trying to go to the soul food type music. You know what I'm saying? Non-cursing music.
Yeah.
So like and BZ said, unity, man. I just came together. I was like, man, we should come together and just take over. Why just be like I said, why just be one lane and one everybody separate and just doing their own thing when we can just take over.
Right.
We done been doing this for years. We been at Pure. We done been at Red Lounge. We done been at Axum. I know it started from Axum nightclub, but we met each other and we were just like, man, y'all crank. We was like, man, we just like, man. We was looking at them performing like, man, who them? And they looking at us and we just linked up. And ever since 6-7 years ago, we just been rocking.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's more than just rap. This family. If you see one, you gonna see all of us.
Yeah. And I remember you saying that in the last interview, how important like that whole concept of family. Like it's not just a concept; it's the lifestyle.
Exactly.
You know, and that's important. Now on the flip side of that, I mean, we've all seen it with so many rap crews, collectives. You know, people they had they strife, they internal strife. They had problems within themselves or whatever. It could be personal reasons, it could be financial reasons, whatever it may be. Do you all run into those issues, and if and when you do, how do y'all handle it?
Well, mostly if anybody in the group and OTG, any part of OTG, anybody has an issue, we all can turn to each other. That's what we there for. We all brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know if I need help with something, I can turn to one of them. They got me. They need help with something. They can turn to one of us, and we got each other back. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a big issue too with a lot of people when they come to these having their issues and their turmoil and their rap crews and groups like that, I think a lot of people forget that it's a music business and not a music relationship or a music homeboys or a music club, you know. So it's like, I feel like end of the day, all of us are able to separate our friendship and our business stuff completely separate.
Right.
So it's like if there's an issue personally, that person could bring it to that person individually and they get it handled or whatever, and it's not a problem. And if there's an issue on the business side, then the bosses and the people who handling the business or whatever can get that straightened out. So I feel like the biggest thing, this is a message to all you aspiring rap crews and everything, including ourselves or whatever, you know, just understand it's a business. It's a business, you know, and things change up in business. That's just how it works out. It's nothing to get emotional and getting your feelings out.
90% business and 10% music.
Real talk.
Always remember that.
Real talk.
Always remember
Real
that.
talk.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
business,
Real
not a
talk.
game. So
Yeah.
if you can put that in your head, you can always win.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Yeah. So let's get into some of this music, man. You've been doing. I don't know.
My music?
Yeah, your music. You know, like I'm in the breaking down bars here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the show is called Bars, so that's what we gotta do. So man, give me 1 second, cause I don't know. We were talking about the internet earlier, and for whatever reason,
my lab messing up and everything.
Yeah, like my whole thing just like decided to shut down. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna work no more. So, I got it up.
I want to shout out to the whole team too, man. The whole PGMG,
the entire team.
Everybody ain't here. It's like just
Jay-Zaw,
Bob, London, Wax and Mill, Bob,
Wax.
KV, BJ.
KV.
We like 15 deep for real.
Stone,
If we would have been in here all
Stone.
together, it would have been crazy.
Hey, the more the merrier.
It would have been crazy.
Look at it. Got to shout out Tune. Tune told me.
Yeah,
shout
definitely
him
shout out
That-
Tune.
No need to reload mixtape, man. Man, oh man.
Scene setting ish.
Yeah, I think it's fire. So, all right.
Scene set.
Now, this is something I just wanted to ask you, because I'm one of them type of people. I sit back and I observe people, like their demeanor and everything. And one of the things I kind of observed about you, you seem like real laid back.
I definitely am.
Yeah. So
that's the wild one. These the cool one. I be cooler.
Yeah.
Just don't get gifted Jonah now.
Be firing people up, huh? So, but the thing is, like you're different when you get on the mic and when you get on stage. You know what I'm saying? So where do you draw your energy from?
From my team and how the crowd looking. Like, even at the same time, if we're performing and it's like 3-4 people in the crowd, I'm still gonna treat it like it's 1,000 people out there.
Oh man.
So I'm saying you always supposed to leave you all on the stage. So
yeah,
I just get it from being around the team and everybody wow. So we make sure no matter what show we go to, how boring it is or how whack it is, we gonna be in the cut acting like this is the best show. We just gonna be chilling and laughing no matter what.
Yeah.
we just had a event. We just had a show up. You know what I'm saying? It was like we was like, why are we here? And at the same time, we just was like, man, we just in the back like, man, we gonna make this the best show. Forget it. We just gonna play around. We don't care.
Yeah. Was it a show that was here or was it out of town?
It was here.
I was here? Okay.
Yeah, it was here. But when we hit that stage, the crowd like, who them?
Yeah.
But the whole show, we in the back just not doing nothing.
Oh man. Speaking of performances, y'all had an event in Cincinnati. What was it? Back in June?
Yeah.
How was that? How was that experience?
It was lit.
Yeah.
It was a nice event. I'm saying that was the first time the whole team hit the road together too. So
I was about to ask that.
That was the first time the whole team hit the road. So of course, for that by itself, it was a great event.
Yeah.
I mean, we had fun through the whole thing. Show wasn't. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't a great show, but at the same time,
the trip was good.
We out of town, so we going. Like I said, we networked.
The show was good.
We made it. We made it. Do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We treated it like any other show.
Right. Was that y'all first time to Cincinnati?
Yeah, that was my first time in Ohio.
Okay. What about y'all? That was your first time too?
Yeah, I've never been up
I missed that trip.
Yeah,
I have been in Cincinnati before, but I ain't going that trip. I was
okay.
there in spirit for real.
Okay. So how did like being there? Like, what was the difference? Did y'all notice any differences in terms of like just vibe from there versus being here at home? Or was it like not much difference?
I ain't gonna say the vibe wasn't much different, but the prices of everything was way different.
How so?
I mean, as far as like here, how the rooms and prices for the mall and all that, how their mall is. I would rather be in Cincinnati than here for real.
Yeah, I hear Ohio's pretty nice.
And then it's love. Like, no matter where you go, if you from here for some wild reason, they act like we superstars.
Because we just stand out. Because we always had our own, swagger and persona about us. You go anywhere. I was living in Alabama. I'm walking my dog, and the guy just randomly like, "You from the D.C. area, ain't you?" I'm like, "Dad, what made you say that?" He was like, "Cause of your shoes," and I had my skull cap on. He was like, "Don't nobody else wear those outside but y'all."
Man, that's
yeah,
crazy.
we was up that jump. We was standing up on the campus too.
Oh yeah,
Cincinnati University.
Sweet spot.
We had a sweet spot, sweet hotel, right there where the clubs at, all the legs at. You know what I'm saying? It was serious.
And see, and that's one of the things that I really want to build in this area, in the sense of like he said, it's all love down there. Out here, they look at local artists and underground artists and unsigned artists, independent artists, whatever you want to call it. They look at us like we lesser than, or and it's like we got to put a stop to that, because it's like if we not getting our own people to support us or whatever, the attention nationwide is going to take even longer to come, and it's lots of talent out there. It's lots of talent
work.
out there.
You got to put in a lot of work. I mean, I'm glad I did a lot. I've been doing music since I was in high school, all the way up through college and everything. Cause I like my cousin Witness. We out that jump. Little chick already knew who I was. She talking about that's Rude Boy. I was like, what?
Wow.
It was lit out that joint though.
Yeah.
Like for like networking with the people, getting to meet the people, passing out business cards, passing out music. You know what I'm saying? Getting people to know the brand, our name, the group, the whole OTG. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get people to come out to the shows and everything. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
A good learning experience as well. Like Because we've been other places, but never been to Cincinnati. So next time we go
Yeah.
back out there, we already know what to expect and know what spots to hit up and know how to maneuver out there to make everything a whole lot better than we did last time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Follow-up question to that. What's a dream city for y'all to perform in? Like somewhere you always wanted to perform?
Overseas.
Overseas?
Yeah,
Anywhere in particular?
London.
Yeah? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, for me, I want to perform in like Czechoslovakia, like Estonia or something like that. I don't know if you've ever seen like some of the footage of when rappers go out there into like those deep Eastern European countries.
They love them.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that's what I want. I want to see that ocean of people who don't even look like me, but don't even speak my language or nothing. But they jamming out, they feeling my music like that. Like that's what I want. That's another one.
Yeah,
that's another one most definitely.
But were you like really referring to like here in the United States?
Oh, it could have been anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, it could have been anywhere. I mean, the fact that y'all are thinking broader than the United States, that's already showing y'all mentality right there. That it's like it's good to have it here in the States, but if you really want to be like a for real movement, you have to think global. You have to think global.
I want to perform at Putucan, Dominican Republic. Backyard performed out there.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
if a backyard band can perform out the country, why can't we?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I look at it like you said, like I said at first, unity. That we could get unity out the country.
Yeah.
We could get all together. We could get teams out the country and come together and do the same thing how we doing in this city. But like it's Putucan, Dominican Republic. It's a third world country.
Yeah.
So why not bring some of our talent down there and let them see what's going on? You know what I'm saying? They doing real bad out there. And when I went out there, I mean, when I came back home, I appreciate everything that I got. Every struggle that I'm going through, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because the struggle that they living is bad. So I want mine going out there and do a show and get back to our, you know what I'm saying, to our blood and friends and family and people that we don't even know, because it's going to come back to us.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's going to come back to us. So that's how I look at it. Dominican Republic, I'll be out there soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Speak it in existence. That's what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Yeah. So Gifted. Let's get to some of these bars, man. So one of the songs from your Gifted mixtape, Michael. You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny that you talk about like just being surrounded by that greatness. Like, I mean, of course, we all know the Michaels, the great Michaels out there, Jordan, Jackson, Tyson. But what I like what you did, you pulled in some other people that a lot of rappers don't mention. You know what I'm saying? Phelps, Michael Myers, which was kind of like, you know, kind of gave you the dark side. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, but I wanted to dig a little deeper. So I wanted to pull out a couple of the bars that you said. So you said, everybody named Michael should have been my name all along. And then later you said, if my name was Michael, would I get chose to sit with the legends? Guess we'll never know, but I'ma live like Michael. This is all I know. Now, what's funny, I like to dig into the meanings of names. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always like looking up the meanings of names. So it's funny because, you know, I don't want to put your government all the way out there, but your first name is Daniel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I looked it up like in terms of the meanings of both names. So y'all may or may not know, Michael, it actually means who is like God, and it's posed like a question, like a rhetorical question, pretty much saying no one is like God, you know. But then Daniel is God is my judge. So I don't know if you know that was a part of your thinking when you
That definitely wasn't. I wish I'd known that then, but that wasn't. That wasn't part of my thinking. Yeah. See, when I did Michael, it was just like I wanted to do something different, and I just was like, man, it's a lot of. I'm saying a lot of people always pay homage to Joy in their songs. They want to be like Mike, but it's like every Michael has kind of been the GOAT of what he do. Michael
Seriously,
Jordan, Jackson. I'm saying Tyson, Myers, even though he known for something else, but
right.
I'm saying, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they all great at what they do, and I'm like, so I'm gonna pay homage I'm not just gonna pay homage to one Michael. I also said Michael Irvin.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, every Michael, and then my engineer, boom, his real name Michael.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just throw every Michael I know.
And what's crazy about that is like my blood brother his name is Michael. My brother-in-law, his first name Michael, even though we call him Jalil, but his name is Michael. Two of my best friends named Michael. Like I'm just like, so when I heard the song and that line, everybody named Michael should have been my name all along. It's like I felt that because it's like I think everybody knows like at least about 5 to 10 mics, at least. You know what I'm saying? Black Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like right, white Mike.
White Mike. You know White Mike. Yeah, he raps too.
I know a few.
Shout out my man White Mike.
Oh man! So another song which jumped out to me from Gifted was "Views from the Metro."
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, that's for everybody who know the struggle of being on the bus.
Yeah.
When that smart trip ain't working right.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
Yeah.
But nah. Yeah, View now, that song definitely was something I ain't never think I would ever write. It's just the beat. When I heard the beat, I was like, man, this is different. And I was like, man, I ain't never heard no song from nobody here, period. Actually talks about being on the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, hold up, man, I ride the bus every day. You done see, like everybody who rode the bus before, so you see stuff that's happening outside the bus. And when we're going through going through the city streets, you know what I'm saying? It's fighting on the bus. You see fighting on the bus. You see, you know what I'm saying, kids acting wild. You see people getting denied off the bus, kicked off. So I'm like, man, let me go ahead and sit in the back of the bus. And I actually wrote on the back of the bus in my headphones.
How about
so
that?
I'm like, man.
How about that?
Yeah, like, all right. I was on a long ride on that B2 all the way.
Oh, man, the B2.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I got a long time. So I'm like, man, this is perfect.
Yeah.
See, and I appreciate that because there's so many, you hear so many Bammers. I didn't witness so many people with these elaborate, fantastical lines in their music about all these exotic foreign cars they driving and stuff like that and everything like that. Like, just keep it real. If you on transit, you doing transit.
Yeah,
you
come
know?
on, man. That's what I'm talking about.
You feel me?
Like, don't front.
I ain't got no Lambo. Transit be my transpo. Like, that's just real.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
Pat Charlie like shit. Beating my feet wherever I need to go.
There you go. There you go. And that's Juice. You said exactly like that's what I appreciated the most because, I mean, I don't think anybody in this city that's from this city hasn't rode Metro at least once. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't rode the bus at least once. Hasn't rode the 70 or one of them long behind lines at least once. The X2, right? Exactly. The 30. You know what I'm saying? The 30
bus ride. Exactly. For no reason.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So I just appreciated, you know, like just that realness, that to the, you know, like in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you right there with somebody. Like that's the kind of music I gravitate toward. Like I feel like I'm right there with you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I bang with Gifted so hard. We got a lot of stuff in the cut that's about to come out, me and Gifted.
Yeah.
Because like real talk, like just the authenticity of the stuff, you can feel it. Because it's so many, like I said, so many fables that gets told nowadays, man. It's like it feels good to hear some autobiographical music once in a blue moon. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So connected to that, what's the wildest? I'm gonna ask all of y'all this. What's the wildest thing y'all ever seen happen on the Metro? And y'all experience?
I seen the bride get butt naked.
Yeah, I was about to say. Play herself on the Metro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
God.
She was high. And the messed up thing is they let her ride the bus for a brick before they kicked her off.
Wow.
She was in the backseat playing with herself.
Really?
I was about to say, I actually seen, this was some years back. This was when the influx of the Latino community in this area first started taking off. I was on the, I was up all the way going down Georgia Avenue, and two young black dudes, they was talking junk to a young Hispanic dude or whatever, not realizing that. Honestly, I don't know if the other Spanish guys on the bus even knew him for real or whatever. If they just was like, we not rocking for that or whatever.
Right.
But it got real bloody, blades got pulled out and everything. I'm just trying to go get some you know. I don't need no. Like, just let me off this bus. I walk the rest of the way. Man.
Yeah, it says it all.
Yeah, exactly. For real.
Oh man. So let's talk about the stuff PGMG and OTG got coming forth? You know what I'm saying? What y'all got rocking? Cause Gifted, I know you got I seen the plug for F Love.
Yeah,
and then the track listing.
It's a song away from done.
Okay.
I'm just a song away. But yeah, F Love coming out. Right now, my video, Porch featuring Bree London, is on every online site.
It's dope.
Yes, sir.
It's everywhere. Actually, Bree London just dropped her mixtape, her first mixtape, London Bridge. That's out.
That's dope.
Jay Zod just dropped his mixtape in the meantime.
Yes,
Plus,
sir.
he got a video coming out.
Okay.
Low key, OTG got a mixtape coming out.
Yeah, see, that's what I really wanted to know. When it was gonna be like a collective mixtape coming out.
We songs in already.
I was about to say, if y'all just following everybody on the social media, the OTG_202 page, or each one of us individually in our social media, you catch little snippets of some of the fire that we got in the vault that's about to get released.
Facts.
You know, we ain't trying to hit them over the head too much too soon.
Yeah.
You know, me myself, Juice Almighty, I got my Juice Rodman tape dropping sometime in October coming up, and then pretty much I'm focusing on my clothing, Juice Creative Brand. You can follow me on Instagram at JUS Creative Brand. You know, I'm mainly focusing on that and continue to build this overall OTG empire. You know, album coming next year, so y'all please be ready and waiting on that.
That's what I'm talking about. What about you, boy?
Man, I got a mixtape I'm working on right now. I want to drop this right before my birthday. New drip.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's something different. I'm a weird artist. I put it like that. I'm weird. I like being weird. Like, my music is all over the place.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, with support of my team, like, I feel like I can do anything. We can do anything. So with this mixtape I'm gonna release, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get more airtime on everything. And then I got a song that they've been pressing me to push called Timeline.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's more so for the ladies. Like, I done broke into that R&B point of my musical career. Like, I used to sing when I was younger. Now I'm singing again. But doing my thing, like more trap soul, more type, like, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's all I got coming out, working on right there. That's it.
Okay. All right. BZ, what about you? What you got popping?
Man, I got a lot popping. It's like, no, for real though. My mind be going so crazy. Like, I be putting together so much. So me as a CEO, it's like I got a group behind me. So not only OTG, it's Sing Set too. So I gotta worry about what they doing. I gotta worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I got like 3 tapes dropping back to back. Like, I got a mixtape with all remix songs on it.
Wow. Okay.
With all remix songs, I'm gonna drop that. Then I'm gonna come with an EP.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop that. Then I'm gonna do a Sing Set album.
Okay.
For the whole gang, like, you know what I'm saying? Then OTG already we coming up with one. So it's just like I got so much going on. Videos dropping back to back. Like, there's so many videos that I want to drop. It's crazy. Like, I just dropped the tape last year, and I done shot like 3 videos off the tape. So it's like, it's so many songs that
Big Stacks video out right now too.
Big Stack video out right now. Featuring Stone and T. Roy. So I mean, it's everywhere. So you know what I'm saying? I've been working. The whole team been working, but it's like everybody got their own lane. Everybody got their own lane. Everybody got their own position. So my mind just be going. I think I grow like 3 gray hairs every day, thinking about what I'm gonna do next. So, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, cause everybody bosses.
Everybody bosses. There's no little me, bigger you, or I. It's not an I in the team. So everybody is a boss in this group. So everybody create your own wave. If everybody got a single coming out, everybody got a single mixtape coming out, and we got group things coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work coming y'all way. So get ready for this winter.
Yeah, I could say this about y'all. The things I've been noticing about y'all whole crew, y'all stay working.
Always. It was one time we was doing like 3 shows out of the week, like 3-4 shows out of the week. Like, it's crazy. Like,
years ago, we did shows like
every day. Like,
day.
It was to the point my wife was like, "Nigga, listen. The couch is yours." You know what I'm saying? You doing a show every day, like, but that's just our life. So you know what I'm saying? Put this music out there. It's so much music we dropping, so damn near we want to perform every day. It's a song that we do damn near every day. So guess what? I want to perform this song tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Facts, man.
Yeah, love that hunger, man. So Gifted. Got some bars for us, man.
Yeah.
You gonna go? You
Talk
gonna go
to
acapella for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I had to though. I wrote this today.
Yeah, it's fresh. This is exclusive, y'all.
Fresh bars right here.
Boy, you ain't about to catch me lagging. You ain't got nothing. Nope. This thing, yeah, I got some bars for you.
All right.
I just wrote this jump today.
All right, cool. Let me hear some.
I say, struggling for days, trying to make it out the ghetto. Sad to say, lives we took away to make it out the ghetto. Needles everywhere, we seen the crack and the metal. I'm a project baby, I adapt to the ghetto. Hard-ish, but we going through it regardless. Living in the hood, you ain't nothing but a target. Cold days, the oven had to heat up the apartment. Wasn't useful food, half the times we were starving, so what's love? Y'all saying why it's F love? When dad wasn't around, I'ma show my butt some tough love. I ain't have a bed, the air mattress wasn't blowing up. Looking out for God, but it's like he wasn't showing up. This cray, I sold drugs writing mixtapes. Got it out the mud, same bodies drop every day. Me and my men ain't rich, but cool, we'll find a way. Like John Madden, we just try and make a couple plays. Now on Bars Radio, and I got a lot to say. Made it with my music, ain't eating off no paper plates. Never been to jail, I'm just trying to get them other gates. You can do the state pen, I'm trying to get a real estate. Picasso with the pictures, baby, just let me illustrate. You say your bar's cold, well, feeling kinda ill today. We from the same struggle, but I made it out a different way.
Yeah, my man. Exclusive. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Bars.
Yes, bars. You gotta say it like that. So we gonna go ahead and get into a music block, play some music from the members of PGMG. And we gonna start off with your song, 90s. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna go ahead and tee that up for the people?
Oh yeah, what up, man? You now tuned in to Young Gifted featuring Young Guala 90s.
Shout out Guala, man.
Yes, huge shout out Guala. This is Balancing Act Radio Show.
Dope.
Official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
I remember we can just chill in the hood. I remember my mama told me just get your kids up out the hood. I remember back in the days we can just chill in the hood. I remember laughing and joking, just knowing that we was all good. I remember before Chris died, I had came back to the hood. I remember my mama told me just get your kids up out the hood. You remember 50 cent juices and pickled eggs all in your seeds. You remember niggas was getting high way before synthetic weed. You remember walking everywhere, you was like 200 deep. You remember back in the 90s, then was the days for me. I remember when people was real and they ain't switch up for no trick. Your clothes could fit, now people wearing tight-ish, and you ain't called no one your friend. 50 cent juice, 50 cent bag of chips. We do a cookout 20 times out the year. Everyone invited, homie, we ain't even care. Now people beefing, we can't go anywhere. Without gunshots, people dying every year. How I lost like 3 people every year. Through the blood and the sweat, how I shed some tears. Thank the Lord, cause he blessed me with some heavy kids. I remember going to the tunnel when T.O.B. playing my song. You remember girls at the go-go clapping, 16 and some thongs. This is the life that we live, laughing and playing and doing it big. Now people hating and splitting your wigs. The way that we live, man, the world about to end. Trying to do good, but I'm losing my friends. You trying to do good, but you're losing your friends. Man, it's messed up, that's the way that it is. You trying to forget, I'm just trying to forgive. I remember back in the days, we can just chill in the hood. I remember laughing and joking, just knowing that we was all good. I remember before Chris died, I had came back to the hood. I remember my mama told me just get your kids up out the hood. You remember 50 cent juices and pickled eggs all in your seeds. You remember niggas was getting high way before synthetic weed. You remember walking everywhere, you was like 200 deep. You remember back in the 90s, then was the days for me. I remember
Back in high school, we skipped class, ran the halls all day. Security like, hey, we ain't even care what you say. We just sitting there waiting for a chase. We love to play, and everybody had that one roller in your class and one around the way. Y'all don't fake, man, not a smash like two. Thank God I ain't got no A's. Back in the days, it was all good. Everybody family, this is our hood. Swear on everything, God enjoy my childhood. Got my child growing up in the wild hood. Messed up, but damn, that's the way it is. Bullets climb, mama's crying to even hit kids. The thug life, but I'm just trying to do it big. With all the Scarface, still struggling to live. Like, this is the life that I live. Laughing and playing and doing it big. Now people hating, they splitting your wigs. The way that we live, man, the world about to end. Trying to do good, but I'm losing my friends. You trying to do good, but you losing your friends. Man, it's messed up, that's the way that it is. You trying to forget, I'm just trying to forgive.
You remember? Somebody tell me that you remember. Did you remember? Somebody tell me that you remember. You remember? Somebody tell me that you remember. You remember? Somebody tell me that you remember. I remember back in the days, we can just chill in the hood. I remember laughing and joking, just knowing that we was all good. I remember before Chris died, I had came back to the hood. I remember my mama told me just get your kids up out the hood. Do you remember 50 cent juices and pickled eggs all in your seeds? You remember niggas was getting high way before synthetic weed? You remember walking everywhere, you was like 200 deep? You remember back in the 90s, then was the days for me. I remember.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
I just wanna know why they hate me. Cause I don't understand.
I walk with my head held high, cause I know my worth. She talks me down when I'm gone, face to face, no words. Think I wanna be her, no, I don't wanna be her, no. She marks and whispers with friends when she sees me. But when I approach, she says that it wasn't about me. Can't seem to believe her. No, I don't think I believe her. Oh, no. I know. Cause there's no competition. Already winning. Winning. There's no competition. Already winning. She says that she can take my man if she wants to, but she don't have an effect on him like I do. She can't get any weaker. No man don't wanna keep her. Oh, no. She wanna be friends with me when no one's around. I thought I stop being fake, but I am not down. She can't speak for herself. Always needs somebody else. Oh, no. I know. But there's no competition. Already winning. There's no competition. Already winning. I'm better for myself and I don't need anyone else. I'm better for myself and I don't need anyone else. Need money, I got mine.
own time. Fake friends, nah, I'm fine. Don't need fake hoes on my line. Switch it up, that's what I do. Think you're getting over on me? What is your IQ? Haters will always find you. Always sleeping under your mat. I don't have time to. Can't find me? I'm in the crease. Writing all these verses, analyzing beats. Never checking on IG. Just to see what these haters think of me. We are all roses built from concrete. Never perfect, trying to be the best, see? How you gonna try and demean me when you're cut from the same cloth, baby, let's be. There's no competition. Already winning. Winning, 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 winning. There's no competition. Already winning. Winning,
Got a question about music, sports, politics, relationships, or anything you think Throwback can answer? Then send your questions for Hey AJ, what do you say? to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com or tweet us at Bars on Air.
I told you niggas that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? I've been the man like the president. When I'm in the game, on records. Leave a couple with a broke face and they pride gone just to make sense. I've been the man on the blacktop. Made a couple moves and I won't stop. Till my mama good and the team straight with a couple M's in the stash box. These rappers talking that fake talk. Never sold a dime or let it spark. So it's time to go and show the truth to the buying public and climb the chart. I've been a man when it came to business. My whole life been an analytic. I compared the game and made the change to keep it going and witness this. Late Monday nights inside the booth. Scheming on lies to write the truth. There's a couple folks who had my back and kept it going when I lost the group. Spent a couple days on the real grind. That pad the pen was a homicide. Left a dead beat and the team thinking that this is about to shine. I told you niggas that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? My mission still stay the same, no difference, fool. Just some bigger pay, a couple homes and a couple whips. It's a new land to parlay. Stayed independent cause I need it all. I'm the man with a couple scars, but I came back with an impact and that's real. No roll call, kept a couple aces just to make you notice. Still pushing on and remaining focused. No time to stop cause I'm on the rise and spitting fire. So let's go. I balled out in 15, did a couple tours in 16. It's a new year and a new grind, so let's get it on to the 5th degree. I'm trying to be that rock star, so you know I'm going for cartoon swag, got them all hooked and washing off like an avatar. I've been the man, I've been the man, I've been the man. Yo, I've been the man. I told you niggas that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand? Told you that I be the man. Back on my grind, your girl in a trance. I'm hit by the man, I'm popping these bands. Yo, I be the man, do you understand?
Organizing any type of event to benefit the people in your neighborhood? Then submit it for the Bars Community Calendar. Send all important information, including point of contact, to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Yes. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Okay, vent, and let me introduce myself. It's Maximil the E pill coming through your stereo. Here to bring the heat like De Niro. How many rappers out there like me? Yes, zero. Michigan, Columbia's hero. It's me. My future's so bright, but your haters trying to dim it. Losers of this game, I'm all in trying to win it. And I'ma rock it hard from the start to the finish. To let society know I'm a menace. You sweet talking rappers, y'all gon' make me need a dentist. Eating your rhymes up, I chew them up and spit it back, get you fitted. And I know I'm not perfect, I'm the first to admit it. But I strive for perfection and to stay up on my pivot. Cause I didn't live long, even though life's a midget. So now I'm up early, headed out for the digits. Willing and ready to do whatever it takes to get it. Working a 9 to grind, put it all on the line. Making sure all my kids eating at dinner time. I'm fine, the way we do this thing is oh so divine, huh? Take a hit above this pine, put my life in the rhyme. I got a purpose to be here, it's all from design, that's why. It's the E pill coming through your stereo. Here to bring the heat like De Niro. How many rappers out there like me? It's zero. Michigan, Columbia's hero. It's me. It's the E pill coming through your stereo. Here to bring the heat like De Niro. How many rappers out there like me? It's zero. Michigan, Columbia's hero. It's me. Said my game is so tight and I'ma tie it tighter. Steer my wheel clear from all you criers. Why you complaining? I'm maintaining no stress. It's so draining. In my world, it's always sunshine. Even when it's raining, I'm dry. You can't tell what I'm blazing. It smells so amazing. Got my eyes Asian, my brain's feeling Cajun. I'm high. What's in the control of my soul when I roll? I'm fresh from head to toe. It's your man, wax a bill. I'm fly. But clothes don't make the man. I'm the man in the man. You's a fan of my clan. You can't step on my land. Don't try. If I state it out my mouth, it's the truth, no lie. Cause I can never talk just to get by. I was taught, always look another man in his eye. And always stay up in your rear view in your car when you drive, huh? Cause haters always creep up from the rear or the blind. Same equivalency of getting sucker punched from behind. Nah, and I ain't going for that. I'm not a chick, I never folded. And I got my own bag and my team locked and loaded. Wax a meal to eat pill will never sugarcoat it. The book on honor and loyalty, I wrote it. Anything I state out my mouth, you can quote it. You don't like it, don't oppose it. It's my time, I'm the chosen. I'm ice cold, frozen. To the beat, it was sloping. It was closed, now it's open. And I'm going in, so watch what you hold. It's the E pill coming through your stereo. Here to bring the heat like De Niro. How many rappers out there like me? It's zero. Michigan, Columbia's hero. It's me. It's the E pill coming through your stereo. Here to bring the heat like De Niro. How many rappers out there like me? It's zero. Michigan, Columbia's hero. It's me.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, that was Waxamill with the E pill.
That jump crank too.
Yes, sir. Man.
Don't promote drug use, but that jump crank.
Man. I was just telling Gifted, I was listening to that in the car. I was like, man, that jank go. That's fire right there. Before that, we had Jay Czar with I Be the Man. Bree London, already winning.
London Bridge.
Yes. Top of the set, Young Gifted with 90s featuring Guala. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nice little set right there. Solid music. Yeah. Absolutely. So let me go ahead and get into this right here.
Let's see what's happening on the Bars community calendar.
Oh, y'all got some bars to spit.
Some bars.
So let me announce a few events we got coming up here in the DMV. Tonight, doors open at 7 p.m. Harlem Productions is putting on DMV Showcase Volume 2, featuring one of our most featured artists right here on Bars, Jay Heat. Hosted by DJ Harlem. Again, that's tonight, September 19th. Doors open at 7 p.m. After party from 12 to 2 a.m. And that'll be at 1212 H Street Northeast. Of course, it's a showcase for the DMV's elite artists to showcase their talents. Win a chance to get radio play, club rotation, and free studio time. Special guest judges will be available to assist artists in guiding their careers. The cost is actually $5 at the door, $10 after 9 p.m. For more info, you can go on Eventbrite and search DMV Showcase Volume 2 or DJ Harlem. As announced earlier in our interview series, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women in partnership with DC Startup Week will be holding their session Grow, Build, Sustain, a peer resource exchange for African American women founders, Tuesday, September 25th from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The doors open at 9 a.m. and that will be at the Anacostia Arts Center, 1231 Good Hope Road, Southeast, DC. During this session, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women invites women founders of color and those who support their journey to join an intimate session amongst women entrepreneurs, making an impact in their community and the resource providers supporting their journey. Come learn, share, and access a network that can take your vision and talent to the next level. Registration is free, but space is limited, so make sure y'all get on it ASAP. More info, visit dcstartupweek.org/schedule. M. Dot from the show. Wasn't here today. Shout out M. Dot. Also known as Painted Up with Mike. He'll be having a paint and sip, one-of-a-kind hip-hop art environment Friday, September 21st from 7 to 9 p.m. and that will be at the Sand Gallery, 823 East Baltimore Street in Baltimore. Ticket covers cost of paint and a free glass of sangria provided by Sangria 2. Purchase of additional drink available. Cupcakes available for purchase by Camille's Flavor. And they will be introducing Tiger Eyes. The cost is $30. For more info, visit www.paintedupwithmike.com or call 410-322-7239. The Prince George's African American Museum and Cultural Center at North Brentwood, they will be featuring their Black Futures Week and Rated PG Black Arts Festival between Sunday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 29th at the Prince George's African American Museum and Cultural Center, 4519 Rhode Island Avenue in North Brentwood. The week includes Community Work Wednesday, a free event with Black Lives Matter, Black Youth Project 100, One DC and Society of Young Revolutionaries from 6 to 9 p.m. on the 26th. And the festival lineup on the 29th from 1 to 7 p.m. includes Zenizen, St. Mella, Tamika Love Jones, The Culottes, and Black Stone. For more info, visit blackfuturesweekendfestival.splashthat.com. And finally, another organization we are in partnership with, Economic Development Committee of the Fairfax County Branch National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP for short. That's a tongue twister. The first annual Fairfax NAACP Veteran and Minority Business Expo will be held Saturday, December 15th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and we will be there covering Thomas Jefferson High School, 6560 Braddock Road, Alexandria, Virginia. The cost is $60 for vendors, $20 for additional tables. Attendees are encouraged to donate $7 for the Fairfax NAACP to continue their advocacy work in Fairfax County. For more info, contact Ms. Nikki Zimmerman at 571-309-2621 or email veterans@fairfaxnaacp.org or economicdev@fairfaxnaacp.org. And gonna close out. Y'all want to give y'all information online? Let everybody know where they can reach y'all. Social media.
Yeah, you can follow the gang at OTG _ 202. You can also follow Scene Setting fan page at what is it again? SSC fan page, and then Pigeon Gang. Y'all got the fan page, right?
Yeah, you can follow PGMG Music Group on SoundCloud, on Instagram, PGMG_202, Instagram OTG_202. You can find me, Young Gifted _202, and you can find my mixtape, my latest mixtape on Spinrella and my mixtapes called Gifted.
Yes, sir.
All right, and Juice Almighty, you can follow me on Instagram at Yikes! 3 times _OTG. You can find me on SoundCloud, Juice Almighty. You can find me on iTunes. Got a track on iTunes featuring Young Gifted called The Life. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, any place where you can get your digital stores for music and digital streaming sites. You can find the music on there. Follow my man Stoner T-Roy. He got a special Instagram. I can't. It's like Stoner T-Roy Official OTG. Follow my man BossB_music. Follow Mallory Knox. Vito the Don DC. The whole squad, man. OTG, everything. Loud Noise, everything. Pigeon Gang, scene setting, everything. All day in the place. Stoner life.
Follow Fly Visions Photography.
Most definitely.
Photography joint.
And shout out my man Kenilworth Keith real quick. YDB GMG. Shout out my man Kenilworth.
And the
Keith,
clothing line. You gotta give him the clothing line.
Oh yeah, I give him to him again. The Juice Creative Brand at JUS Creative Brand on Instagram. On Snap is Juice JUS Creative Brand 87. Yeah, we out here. Y'all contact me, email me, juicecreatives87@gmail. Y'all need fitting, y'all need pricing and all that stuff. Yeah, we got the dope gear, got the hoodies, jeans, jackets, bags, shirts, all that for you. Shoes coming soon, all that for you, man. We doing big things.
That's what I'm talking about. Plug.
Shout out One Republic too. The One Republic right downstairs in Iverson Mall.
Facts.
Yes.
So you didn't plug yourself in nothing, did you?
He's your plug, huh? Before we close out, I definitely have to let everybody know we had a poll going on. What song is the song of Summer 18? Going over the choices again, it was Cardi B featuring Bad Bunny and J Balvin. I Like It. Drake In My Feelings. Ella Mai, Booed Up. Drake, Nice For What. Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B, Girls Like You. And the results are in. It is a tie.
Cardi and Drake.
That's right. I Like It in My Feelings. Tied with 33% of the vote. Right behind that, we had Ella Mai with Boot Up, 25%. And then Drake, Nice For What, he got 8%. Maroon 5 didn't get a vote.
I'm sure half of the demographic probably haven't heard that song.
Yeah,
and I'm a Maroon 5 fan. I didn't even know they had a song with her.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's actually the #1 song in the country.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had to check that out.
Yeah. So what's crazy is we kept hearing like all 5 of those songs. When we were in Miami, me and my wife for our anniversary, we just kept hearing those 5 songs. Like especially Cardi B and any Drake song. Because they were playing they was running that in the ground. They were running Nice For What in the ground. They were running Look Alive. On the pop stations, they were running Look Alive in the ground.
Could that possibly be what you said? They play any Drake song and Cardi B is dominant. Could that possibly be why Nicki Minaj has some type of animosity towards Cardi B? Because it used to be, it was the Nicki Minaj songs at one point.
Yeah.
It's enough bread for all y'all black queens to eat, man. It don't got to be one or the other, man. All y'all can eat, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. So appreciate everybody for voting in the poll. Appreciate everybody for just tuning in, sharing, plugging, commenting, participating in the live, just showing love. Team Bars. Y'all come through every single week. # Team Bars. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Young Gifted, Beezy, Rude Boy, Juice Almighty. Yikes. Representing PGMG, OTG, Scene Setting Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed.
Leaving our unmotivated days
us.
now.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Next time we come back, we coming 15 deep.
Hey, that's what I'm looking for.
15 deep.
The more the merrier. That's what I tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go ahead and close out. Normally we close out with music, but we ain't got no more time.
I mean, we had good conversation.
Absolutely. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday. We will be continuing in our special interview series for DC Startup Week, and hopefully M. Dot will be in studio with me next week. If not, gotta hold the fort down. So we'll see y'all next week, and until then, y'all know this is the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars. I'll see y'all next week. Peace, y'all.
Bars.
That's it.
I did it. Mommy did it?
Yes.
I do it. Oh.
You want to say the bars?
You want to do bars?